Hello, this is Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com. This video is for Aldair in New York, and this is the E320 throttle body ASR model. It's just being bench tested now, so just wanted to show the result of the bench test and overall finished product, and maybe even show you potentiometer case and whatnot. So right now the unit is energized. This is with the control module that allows full open of the throttle all the way to 90 degrees. Overall condition, it cleaned off quite well, except for a couple of areas there that's just very embedded areas of, you know, aluminum oxidation and whatnot. But other than that, the unit is actually, it has cleaned off very nicely, as you can see. So I don't use harsh chemicals on it, but it looks really good, and that's that. The wires were not in horrific state, but they were pretty bad, especially close to the entry point. So that was corrected. Obviously I changed all the wires. Activation is excellent. The linkage was binding a little bit, so now it is extremely free, so that's the way it's supposed to be. Very nice and easy to open and close the throttle, and no more binding. The plate had to be readjusted a little bit because when I take it apart to lubricate gears, it gets off a little bit, and most of the time. So now it is perfectly fine and centered. The entry point sealed, so everything is good to go. So let's just go look up at the readings, and then I'm going to show you the potentiometer. Internals are really good, so I see no rust in there, so everything is on point. So now what we have here is we got the 4.26, that's about medium range. This is also in the medium range, 0.47. That's just the usual readings that I get on pretty much all of the units. Micro switch is also registered. Don't mind these things jump, because they do jump because of the software issues, but that's been always like that. So it's not by any means an indication of any troubles. As you can see, micro switches have to switch over from on off to off on state, so that happens, and that's good. The voltages change. As you can see, this is wide open throttle here, 0.58 4.37. that is not going to be mirror image, but close to it, which is pretty good. So as you can see, the voltage sweep is correct, idle correction is there, the motor is quiet, gears lubricated, so very good. Now let me just show you the internals real quick, if I may, because I'm going to put on the rest of the bolts, because I usually keep, you know, just keep them off until very end. This camera does not focus very fast, but here we have really nice conditioned potentiometer. The case, as you can see, very nice and white. That tells you this is very delicate stuff here, so you don't really want to overdo it. And surfaces and everything is really clean. So, well, I cleaned it off anyway, just a good measure. But other than that, this color tells me that it's never been overheated. That's really good. And as you can see, there is no debris anywhere, so that's also a good thing. Now I'm going to put the cover on later, because I do need two hands, because this has to line up properly, and I cannot make any mistakes here, because you can easily break this lever, and that will be troubles. I don't want to do that. So, but basically this is it. The unit is ready to go. As you can see, it's connected to my control modules here, and you get the readings pretty much on point. So I see potentiometer at 0.69, so idle will be somewhere around here, I assume. Yeah, maybe even a little less. But again, as you can see, very sensitive stuff. Yeah, just marginal move changes the voltage, so we're good to go there. And also, sometimes you move this around throttle, if it shuts down, that's another case why I keep the cover off, just to see if I'm moving this lever up and down slightly. That tells me that potentiometer itself has very good contact with the board. No flat spots or anything, so that's good. All right, so this is basically all. I'm going to just pack it all up, put all the bolts in, and As a matter of fact, if we're going to bring this to 0.47, then the cover should, here go. So then the cover should go right back on, because that would be pretty much centered. Let's see if I can do it. I don't usually do it, so don't try this at home. But because the reading was at 4.46, and now, yeah, you see, I got it lined up on the first try with one hand because I knew exactly where the lever should be. So here it is. So I can put bolts back in and basically get it ready for mailing back. Alright, so this is it. This is Victor at restoremercedes.com. Thank you for watching.